Good morning, everyone. Hello. I know I am live now. I'm not making the same mistake as yesterday. Hello. Hey, Casey, how are you doing? I'm not making the same mistake as yesterday. Just double checking everything now. Yeah, I just had to do some stuff and the gardeners had to come, so I had to make it 15 minutes later to make sure that I'm on time. Yeah, I was so exhausted yesterday. I mean, it was such a stupid mistake. But anyway, we're here. Just double checking, just double checking. Um, Here we go. How are you doing, Casey? Did you trade yesterday? Let me put it on live chat, otherwise I don't see Mether. Yeah, see, Guten Morgen. Mether, I was like, oh my God, I'm on top chat, and you're the first message. Yesterday was such a oh my God, I know. I got really frustrated and it made me angry. I had to really switch off the charts and I realized I'm like, oh my God. Hey Deborah, how are you? It really started to, it's just like, ugh, it's annoying. Um, yeah, it is what it is. And we just have to sit through it and just, don't fall into the trap. I mean, it's a trap. FOMC today, so who knows? Today might be the end of 2 days of horror price action. So just making coffee. Yeah, I have my coffee. I still have to get my other drink. My laptop is making noise again, so I don't hope it's going to um coffee. Yeah, I mean, oh, the sun is coming in, right? Hold on. That's the downside of winter. Obviously, the sun is lower, and then I have to close the curtains. But in an hour, I can open them up because then the sun is a little bit further away. Yeah, well, let's get into it. I mean, what happened? So yesterday I got caught as well a little bit, and I'll show you where, because I was looking at this end dog, this area here, and I thought, oh, we're going lower. So I tried to go, I thought it might go lower into this area here, but it did not, right? It just did not. So I got a bit frustrated in this area, in all honesty. Because I was like, okay, he's gonna go for the daily open now. It's an old daily open there, and obviously it's an end dog. So, and a devil's mark. So I thought, okay, well, um, it is going to go in there. And once you are married to a bias, it just sort of like gets to you a little bit. So yeah, so this area, and it was so close, right? And every time now that happens, so you have to be aware. But then you look here, right? It's just, I guess, yeah. I think it's going to go. I mean, hey, Bowser, how are you doing? Um, I wouldn't be surprised if the news brings it back down to there, maybe even all the way to this end walk, right? And then it's just leaving it for today, maybe. So yeah, but I don't know how to what this price action, how we can call it, because it's sort of like on the lower time frame. The day before was really seek and destroyish, but yesterday was, I would say, also almost seek and destroy, just literally just creating liquidity, taking it out, taking it. But also there's still something a little bit different than usual. I don't know. It's just. But anyway, did anyone do well yesterday? If you did, I want to know. In hindsight, it's still. I mean, in hindsight, when you journal, yeah, oh, there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity. There are opportunities, but yeah. Okay, but we're just gonna keep our heads high and just keep going. Okay, 150. I want to watch this macro. And the thing about yesterday as well, what I also took away from it is that we kept below. Once we were below this macro, it was, I think it was bearish, right? Yeah. And it kept being bearish. So let's see. Oh, okay. Today sideways. Yeah, we have got news, right? Funded Boy ICT. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Is that, I like that name. Are you funded because of ICT? Let's see if there's any changes in the news. Today, do we have anything in London that's important? German preliminary orange folder all day. Not really. FOMC. Oh, I might do it. I might do a stream up. I think I might stream a PM session. I think it's interesting. I love FOMC. Yeah, I think I might do a stream. Yeah. Might only paper trade until 2 p.m. today. Or yeah, it's 2 p.m. Eastern, right? Am I on Eastern? Yes, just to double check. Yes. Hey, but because it's FOMC, it doesn't mean there might not be any opportunity. So we're not going to limit ourselves. I'm just going to be very careful, but we're still going to look for, do we see any trades based on logic that we can use or anything that just can. And I think I'm paper trading today until FOMC statements because I actually had a loss yesterday and I gave it a go, which was actually a little bit stupid. I shouldn't have done it. And so, yeah. So just paper trading until FOMC for me today. So I'm about, I think I'm 500 down on an eval. So I want to make that up today. But that will be after FOMC. Let's have a look, guys, what happened overnight. Okay. So we opened here. We opened. Am I saying it correctly? Yes. We opened, we went up, created Asia high. Then we went lower. We took out this devil's mark with a manipulation move in the 8:15, 9:10 macro. It's a nice macro. I think this macro is a macro in Asia that is nice sometimes. I'm sort of like looking into it. Retesting a bullish order block here, also bullish order block. So bullishness up from here. And then we went up, and we took Asia high already. So bullishness since, well, I guess this was just a little market maker model, back to Asia, to daily open and bullishness. And we're in a buy model, obviously. We're on the buy side of the curve. I guess since yesterday, right? Already. I mean, yeah. Where was our London yesterday? Where were we in London? Tuesday. Oh yeah, okay. We were going down during London. And we had the low. Yes, okay, so that's interesting. We had a Tuesday low. Not a London low, but we formed a Tuesday low. Always interesting for the weekly profile. London low, Tuesday low. Sorry about that, guys. Let's have a look at the daily again. I want to have a look at the profile, the full profile. Friday. So Monday, we created, we formed a Tuesday low with a wick. Okay, this is interesting. Did we? Just see. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Wow. So we have a devil's mark on the daily, guys. You see that? And you want to mark this one, this level. Yesterday, our Tuesday low went exactly to 50% of this bullish order block. I did not see that. I did not note that. And that's why I never went to this devil's mark. But this, I wouldn't be surprised that it's on the table for today. 26,900. I'm gonna write that. That's an important. I want to mark that level. I think that's also that end dog. Hey, hello, Gigi. Are you gonna come bother me again? Is it time to make my life harder than it is already? You are on my radar, my friend. You are on my radar. I think this is that end dog level as well. That didn't get rated. Yeah. You are on my radar. Okay, I'm taking these levels off. Where was it end dog of yesterday? Am I confused now? Yeah. It was exactly this area we did not go. So that's the same on the daily. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they leave that for today for FOMC. I gotcha. Wonderful. I see. Yeah. Uh, what 9-hour PM we have bulk stocks today at 2 p.m. Yeah, yes, Method. That does Method. I'm trying to get okay. Oh boy. Yeah, I am because I'm trade ICT. Yes, of course. No, we love ICT concepts here, Thunderboy ICT. So that's why I like it. Everybody knows my opinion about ICT, but we love the concepts. We love it. Methor, you want to know about the 9 p.m. hourly candle, if that is a A propulsion block because you are getting deeper into OBs. Yeah, I mean, OBs should get deeper into something else, right? I think it's the other way. It's that whole OB discussion again. Yeah. Um, I think that only Europeans catch that joke, I guess, because your OBs are something we use as females. But yeah, 1 hour. I'm sorry, I'm already. Hey, Gigi. 9 p.m. hourly candle. Well, a propulsion block is always it looks a little bit different. This is not a propulsion block, no. But is it an order block? Yes. Don't eat my yogurt, my friend. Hmm. Oh, I see what you mean, Method, because it goes into this one here. I think I would consider this just an order block because um, it goes into this one because an order block can be activated because it retests another order block here. So that's why I qualify this as an order block because it goes into the open price of this one here. So this one is also a valid order block here. But yeah, I'm more interested in the wick to be honest, of this one. Okay, let's see. Do we have to go lower or not? I think I'm just interested in this wick for today for London. That's it. Um, I'm just I'm gonna grade this wick on the 1 hour. Oh, my God. So be one, two, two. We have a gap here. Well, let's see. Um, 4 hour, we're just retracing up. Maybe going into this wick here. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Yeah, I can see us go a little bit higher, to be honest, but let's see. I mean, hey, Trader Shop, how are you? Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting afternoon. Um, let's quickly have to take my bite of food. Mm, I like the short from here. 224, 233. We already inverted this one here. Retesting. We have a change in the state and delivery already here. We retested it here. This could be a nice short. I mean, I can pay. I'm not gonna put it on a paper trade short. Meanwhile, I need to eat something, guys. I'm very hungry. Oh, this is my paper trade account. Yeah. I'm just paper trading. I'm gonna use the wick. I like the wick. 233. I'll just do it here for now, or maybe even here. Let's see what else is here. So we have a gap here. I'm gonna order. Yeah, I wonder if it wants to go through here. Maybe it should be a bit smaller. We've got equal lows here. The wick here. I mean, we're bullish in a way. I think we're a little bit too bullish to be too bearish now. Let me make it a small 1-to-1 trade for now. I'll reassess after my yogurt. Because I'm thinking it might go higher first, a little bit, and then go lower again. It's going back and forth, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Because this is an order. This is a bullish order block. I mean, this could be a propulsion block, right? So let's see. I'm coming back to my Discord next week, but I needed some time to myself. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, Trader Shop, that's very good that you recognize and take time off. I think of especially of these markets. I was actually thinking yesterday as well. I got so annoyed. I'm like, okay, either you're just going to do sessions and be able not be okay with not trading if you don't like the price action, or just take really time off. Just remove yourself from the market if you get really annoyed. I got really, really annoyed yesterday. Um, because it's, that's the impatience part. Like, okay, um, the setups that I want to trade, normally you always have like, even if it's a minimum, you have like a cycle that you are used to at some point, even though cycles change. But now again, it's really taking some time. Sometimes you really have a whole day that is just like time distorted, or chemical seek and destroy yesterday. I don't even want to look back to yesterday. Um, but yeah, I think it's actually, if you want to take time off, I think actually these weeks are actually pretty all. I'm not that bad of an idea to say, you know what, I'm going to do things that I want to do. Take some time off the market. Maybe just check it once a day, but just not trade for a while. I think it's a good thing. I considered it yesterday, but I changed my mind already this morning. Here we are. I was like, no, you're not going to do that. I mean, you just stick to your paper trading. And yeah, just taking smaller trades like now. Is this a propulsion block, guys? I think so, right? The 1 hour. I think, let me check. Open. Yeah, see, I'm seeing a propulsion block here. Open 8475. Already being stopped out, you see? That's why I paper trade. Close 262. Open 8475. 8425. I wonder if we are being held up by this little boy here. They stopped out. Okay, then I guess we're going into this wick here. We open, we go lower. Guys, I want to check. Am I seeing it correctly? 8474. So this is the same thing as yesterday. It is actually not it is not a suspension block, but it's holding up again. It was yesterday the same thing. It was one of the middle ones, which only had a gap at the downside. It never went to that gap during the London session, but it did hold up the trade, or it was the other way around. I can't remember. And I also saw it was for those who are asking short or long, I can frame it both ways at the moment. I can see it go down first. Okay, we're on the bullish side of the curve. For me, this is not yet confirmation of bearishness. It is showing some bearishness, but it could easily go back up again. We hit an end dog, but you can also say, okay, well, so on the 4 hour, I can see a clear retracement to the upside, right? Here you see we went yesterday, we hit a low and we've been going up since. And one can argue, okay, well, is this the end of the move? It could be, because on the lower time frame, it's a market maker model. But did we hit original consolidation? Are we done? Or can we go higher because there's a wick here? Or are we going to go lower first into this wick maybe and go higher then? So, this is a propulsion block here. See, we went into the midpoint here, so higher. What do you guys think? I'm gonna do a poll. Hey, Pendle Trader. Hello, hello. First time watcher. I saw you a few times, but never put time to assess your stream. As it's FOMC, I got some time today, so let's see. Yeah, price has been pretty weird the last 2 days. I think because of FOMC. So it sort of makes you think what they want to do. So it's actually the first big news event that we have, so they can drive the news. I mean, FOMC can be pretty. I mean, I love FOMC. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna stream FOMC. It's once you start, if you're able to recognize the fake move, it's always like it's like a well, people call it a two-stage delivery, but it's actually 3 stages. But the only scary part now is because they've been manipulating so much. Are they going to do it in the same way that we are used to? So you can sort of like identify the real move. But yeah, FOMC has been a money maker for me, and I was just I used to love it, but I'm being very cautious now because I don't know if they are overriding everything now. So but yeah, I mean, we're on the bullish side of the curve. We have been going up. The question is, are we just going to retrace down to go further up, or are we just going to go up, finish the move, and go back into the range? So at this moment, it's indecisive for me because I can frame it both ways. I like this level here. I like this level here. We're in an end dog, so I think, okay, we could go lower, but we've been using bullish order blocks also to go up, up, up. But let's see, maybe we want to retrace into one of them and retest something. But it looks a little bit bullish to me at the moment. We did take an Asia high. We swept it, no bodies, into here. So I prefer a move to the downside first, but I really want to see how they behave here and if it can go into this wick here. If it goes into this wick, it might be the end of this move, but I'm just not sure if the move to the upside is done. Because this is a pretty bullish. This is pretty bullish, to be honest. But let's see. Maybe it's just a retest of this wick and then go back up. So that's why I'm really interested in this, to see how it's behaving in this wick. Yeah, I think so, Ra. I think I might stream FOMC because I'm a big fan of FOMC delivery. I'll be really upset if it's like if it doesn't do much or something. But yeah, I think I do. Yeah. Did I miss any under KC coffee? Oh, you're in Jackson Hole. I made one mistake. Learn. What did you do? Yeah, I mean, I made many. Well, yeah, I just overstayed a little bit when I was already. And I was obsessed with that with that end dog area here. Uh, yeah, I was really like, oh my God, daily open this area here. And I thought we would really go lower a little bit just to, sometimes you have a confluence somewhere and you want to make it work, right? Because you think, okay, it's going there, but it took so long, but at some point it started going back up again. But until here somewhere, you're like, okay, it could still go further back down. So it takes time, right? Before you are like, okay, let's see, you can go up, you go up to go down, but then it starts going higher. And then you should have your confirmation that it's not happening. At some point you have in hindsight, it's easy. It's like, okay, here I should have lost the bias. And yeah. But if you use higher time frame PDOs, like for example, if I would use as an order block, it's also okay, can I retest maybe the midpoint? But then you have to wait because it's so slow. The problem, okay, yeah, I think I know what exactly the problem with this price actually. Everything is so slow and it moves normally we have our confirmation or we know we are wrong much faster because price just moves and it takes out certain levels, so okay, I'm wrong and I can move on. But because it takes ages, like look here, and that's where it gets me with that's where my impatience, like look at this area here, look here. So you're waiting here, this is like 10:55, right? And then it starts just, we have a time distortion and it goes here and it starts moving. Finally, after 12, you get some movement, but you still don't know. Like, okay, well, yeah, okay. It can go up to a certain level where your stop is, where you know that you're wrong. But it takes bloody, let's say from 11, like up to 2, but by that time you're already exhausted, right? Or you're doing different things, but you're looking. I mean, like, what the F? And then it just starts going up, but then you're already irritated. I am. Because the time distortion. And it's just so much, I mean, everything takes such a long time for your, like to know if you are offside or wrong. And especially if you use higher time frame analysis a little bit, it just takes a long time. And that's really, yeah, exactly. And I think that's with me, that really gets to me at some point. I don't mind a little bit of waiting, but this is just like literally the whole, I mean, after 11 o'clock, it was just I noticed lately that there's just literally one move. It's the AM session moving, but you have to be done. Really, actually, you have to 9:40. Yeah, I think you can't enter your trade later than before the 9:50 macro, and then you want to be out after the macro. That is something that I noticed lately. Like, okay, and then it's just most of the times, and it will be nice in PM session. Well, the move was there. I guess the move was there. Yeah. When you have your confirmation, you target this. But look, it doesn't target, it goes back into the range. Oh yeah, it didn't even target. It did it after the, yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, it's yeah, Casey, I know. I see it. Well, yeah. And we're in the macro, 215 macro. I'm just gonna eat my yogurt, guys. I've been with Jesus and the You know, it was funny. I was walking. In the morning, I get my coffee and I walk with my cats. Actually, one with Gigi. She likes. Well, she walks me, I think. And there's a water factory, sort of like a. And there was a guy who was driving. He said, "Are you Iris?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who are you?" He said, "Yeah, yeah. My brother does security here, and you've been talking to him." He says, "Do you trade?" I said, "Yeah, I do trade. What do you want to know?" "Yeah, I'm interested." But the moment you ask someone, okay, well, I can point you in the right direction, but and I can tell you where you can study, and I said, but the only thing you need to invest, there's only one thing that you really need to invest when you want to start, and I said that is time. And it's so funny that people, it just takes people off, and you can see already that they're like, oh, I said, are you willing to study a lot? How much time are you willing to invest? And they never have that answer ready, sort of. And then I already know, like, okay, they think like, oh, they hear something about trading and like, and especially now when you talk about time, I think the biggest investment in getting to know how to trade is time. Time in studying, but also time now. We also have to submit to time and patience, even though we already have given so much time in studying. Again, the aspect of time comes back in a way like, oh my God, that is just really the biggest. I think literally, if I talk and think about what we are doing, I think time is the biggest investment in so many ways. Um, well, yeah, but also now it's also like, okay, just waiting maybe for your setup. Besides already having invested in time in studying, then comes the next challenge. We have to submit to more time. And okay, well, I entered the trade. It's working out now, and I'm not in because I now already it's moving. Okay, so I'll have to wait to price action becomes. But again, it's time, right? It's time. So I think it's the biggest thing. I think if I really, how much, how can you calculate time? How can you convert that in a value, right? But I think that's really the biggest thing that we have to give to this. And I think most people, they would rather give maybe a lot of money, but then still it takes time. You can shorten the time a little bit if you spend some money on it, but you can still not, there's always a minimum amount of time that you still need, right? You have to submit to that. There's no money in the world that can take away the whole aspect of your investment of time. Now you can approach it a little bit smarter, so you can shorten up that curve, but you still need a minimum amount of time, and that amount is not small. Yeah, it's really. I mean, I was explaining, and I saw his look on his face, and I'm like, oh, but I actually saw myself a little bit as well. Like, because I already think like, oh my God, I've already invested so much in it in time wise that I'm sort of like this yesterday. I felt like, not that the market owed me, but I thought that I had to have that trade. But then again, the market just told me, no, you're not going to get it. You have to wait a little bit longer. And I got really upset. I really got, it really got to me yesterday. But I wasn't feeling well yesterday. I was tired. Remember, I didn't open up the stream. So it was already a bad day for me. When you're tired, you shouldn't even be trading, you know. You just have to, so yeah, it was very an eye-opening moment for myself this morning as well. Like, yeah, I mean, you can tell someone, but are you doing it? Are you actually submitting to time? And I'm like, well, actually not, because I'm getting impatient now. Yeah, but AG Trader, not only yesterday, it was also the day before, and we're sort of like getting used to, like, you know, I was very, I was in a bad mood yesterday. I was tired, and it's sort of like I noticed, like if we have one day, like we had Monday, it was also similar, right? It was also trend. It was also like, um, well, yeah, I think Monday was, if I'm not mistaken, was Seek and Destroyers, but yesterday was more time distortion. I could be wrong, but so it's sort of like when we have one of those days, we expect the market the next day to be better, right? Because we're used to that sort of. And I caught myself that, okay, well, even though we have FOMC, so it could be 2 days. I literally said it, but you're still like, nah, they're not going to do that to us. Because, you know, and then, but we literally had 2 days that actually were, you know, just not, could be a little bit low probability. If you miss your move, you miss your move those days. Um, yeah, so it was very funny. I was yesterday like I caught, and then I was telling this guy, well, are you know, and I was like, oh, are you talking to yourself? But I could see his face. I said, well, you have to submit to time, a lot of time, and I already could tell that he wasn't. Oh, okay. So it's like getting a PhD. So, but anyway, so again, I don't like if price action is like this, I'm okay to miss the move. Even though it might go to one of my levels that I am marking out, I'm okay to miss it. Because I would rather wait then for when price action gets faster. Like yesterday, I think yesterday when I got into those trades were like the faster moves. So I would rather let this go and wait until it either, I don't know, reaches objective or wants to go back into faster price action. So it's okay. I'll let it go. It's a PhD in your own emotional structure. Oh, Casey, I love that. That's such a, it's a yeah. Um, well said. I like it. Like you ask your doctor how much he earns before going to his practice office. Yeah. George, rewiring brain chemical takes the most time. Not everyone is ready for that aside from studying and data. Yeah. So when I'm on stream, I can manage myself better than when I'm not on stream. But I can still fall into that trap. And then it's like you can have all your models, you can have all your structure, but once your brain gets into that trap, nothing works anymore. You're just gonna go into, you know, you can go full tilt. And so the thing is not to get to that point. And I think that's where the trick lies. Manage yourself, have the discipline not to get to that point, because once you are in that point, your brain doesn't function, your logical side of the brain is not working anymore. It's simple, it's biology. It's literally biology. So I think the discipline part comes to the part not to get to that point and have very strict rules to protect yourself before you feel that rage and you feel that feeling coming. So I find it really difficult to stop trading if if my max loss has been hit, for example. I find that still extremely difficult. Okay, just close your chart and not look at it anymore. Because what if I just, what if that trade comes that that takes me out of that losing? I still find that difficult, but I have to do it. Otherwise, I can, if I don't do that and I have the next trade, then you just keep on going, right? But that's something that I feel difficult to still do, but it's necessary. It's the only way for me not to tilt. Really stick to that rule. Have your max daily loss, and if you hit it, you're out. You stop because you need to reset yourself. And the moment I don't do it, those are the days that I lose an account, and it can be a funded account as well. It can be a normal account, and it's simple. It's so simple, but yet we don't do it. If we and you always think the next time will be different, right? This time I will make it. I won't do it. But if you let it come to that point, you'll do it again. And I'm talking out of experience. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Well, Casey, I do. I mean, that's also, well, that's the fight flight thing that we do, right? So if we have a loss, we want to solve it. Your brain is we are wired to solve problems. So a loss is a problem. So we see it like, okay, oh my God, I got a loss. I'm in drawdown. That's a negative, right? So you want to fix it. So that means your brain, we are wired. Okay, let me go back in because I need to fix the problem. Which how we normally we address life in that manner. We are proactive. We go fix things, and that's where the change needs to come. That this is an area where we have to do things differently. You have to just not see it as a problem. It's like, okay, max loss is hit. That's where I need to stop, and I don't need to fix it. Fixing it is like either you go back into your journal, you are journaling it. That also stops the loop, by the way, the journaling. Um, or you stop. You just stop. You close your chart and you're done for the day. Because once you have a bad mindset, I mean, yesterday as well. I mean, if you not feel well, your brain also works differently, right? For some reason. I look at the losses. I need to continue to trade to dig my way out of what works for me, as I can apply my this to learn from the reasons why. Once you start earning good money, it comes to get to let go on red days. Yes, exactly. Plan of trade. That's a very good. Yeah, and that is, yeah, exactly. You know it's just a small glitch. It's just a hiccup, and it's part of what we do. I totally agree. I look at a loss. I need to continue to trade my dig my works for me as my discipline to learn from the reasons why. A loss is a learning experience. How did I get there? Yeah, exactly. But for most people, when they keep trading, because your brain, if you don't reset yourself, you're still not using that part of your brain that you need to have working to be able to get out of that flight status. But just if you have a losing trade and you start journaling, it closes the loop. It resets yourself already. So you take a walk and then you can go back into the charts, for example, but you need to walk away for a while. That's important. I could not walk away. So if I would have a loss, for example, I would like stick to the chart. Oh my God, maybe now it was my time. So you would make up an excuse. For example, okay, I was too early, but if I walk away now, I would say, oh, but then that trade that I was looking for is coming now. So I would hold up that excuse not to walk away. But you literally have to walk away. Walk away, go for a walk, get a coffee, journal the trade, and then look, give it an hour, half an hour, and then you can go back to the chart. And then you have like a fully functioning brain again. It's like, yeah, really, yeah. Oh, what's the math trick to walk away? Yeah, the daily loss limit you mentioned, I think is really important because it forces you to take only quality trades. Yes, force yourself only to take a couple of trades per session, maybe even one. If you want to be really strict, you can make it one. But okay, make it two, Or if you have one losing trade, you're okay to have one more trade. But if you hit your daily loss limit, it's over. But you're allowed to maybe take, let's say two trades max per session. Let's take two in London, two maybe in New York, max. Hey, I love journaling is for me so important. I love journaling. A win rate is never 100% correct. Yeah, and if you have lower than, which is, yeah, no one has a win rate of 100%. That's impossible. If people tell me they have a win rate of 100%, I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to listen to you anymore. um, Knowing your win rate, accepting it, well said. Well said. Yes. If you have a model which works, even if it works 60% of the time, it's already a really good model. But I guess a good model, if you, it's also already understanding the aspect of time, the model itself, but also when you expect you have little some other confluence that come with it, for example. So I think you can get the model up to 80%, between 60 and 80%, but then still 20% of the time it still misses. You have still 20% of the time it will not, and even everything lines up. Everything lines up. You have like, oh my God, I've got 10, everything is just possible. You could still fill. But that's only 20%, or maybe even 10%. So, look at this price action, for example. So this order block is holding things up now. Let's see. But yeah, I'm still interested in this wick though. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Okay. Okay, see, if I learn something sustainable, I won. Yes, exactly. You always win from a losing trade. If you journal it and if you learn from it, it's a win. That's how I also think now. Guys, what an awesome session. Pendle trading. Red days are the norm. There are days where you have one setup. So if it's lost, there is no turning around. The day will is be red because of your stats. That not accepting that is like 1 + 1 is 2. Wow. Yeah. Well said. Um, but I mean, I still, yeah. If it's my first trade, I still try to make it green, and that's where I have to get more disciplined on that a little bit more. Um, but yeah. So pendle trading, how many trades do you take per session or per day? Do you have like a limit of sessions, or do you have a win, a money amount that you use, or is it session, or just one trade per day, or how do you? What's your norm? So one and way of improving oneself is being aware during the day how you are doing. Yes, I realized later on that I was exhausted and I wasn't feeling well. I was annoyed already in the morning, and I was even more annoyed in the New York. Let me open the curtains. Here we go. Light. light in the darkness. So if I know I got 60-70% win rate and I take 3-4 trades a day, I know there's going to be some red. Yes. Yeah, I don't mind red at all, but I hate ending the day on a red day. It's just a feeling I still find difficult to cope with sometimes. Mm. Okay, so we have some traction going on. Um, So also, in all honesty, yesterday, because I fell into the trap a little bit, and I have like a loss on my eval. Like I said, I'm down. I feel a little bit more, I've been taught a little bit of a lesson again. Like, okay, you know what, you should wait for after FOMC. So that's why I'm also holding back a little bit. Like, you know what, I shouldn't even have tried yesterday. For one, I wasn't feeling 100%. Was already in a bad mood. I was exhausted yesterday. I didn't take a nap after the session, but obviously me, the mistake that I made, like talking for an hour on a stream which wasn't live. I mean, it was sort of telling that I wasn't really awake and doing, and that the fact that it didn't hit my, hey Maximus, the fact that I was literally looking at the stream, at the chat, and just seeing the thumbnail and not seeing myself, and I not making that connection. Actually was a bit shocking to me that I was, what happened here? So, if you're in a bed, if you're ill or not feeling 100%, you also should be careful when you trade. It's just like you think you can do it, but your brain does, your emotions are you're just more vulnerable to these things, right? You're vulnerable to making mistakes, but also just vulnerable emotionally, right? If the day. Oh, thank you, Casey. I love you guys too. Yeah, and it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what you have to show on the stream. Sometimes you're just not in a, as a streamer, you're just showing your journey and where you're in. And if you're like, so today I'm really like, I'm almost a little bit afraid to even to put on a paper trade. Not that, hey Dolly, well, that's my other kitty catty coming to say hi. Hello. You gonna say hi? uh-uh. Um, yeah, so like for example, now I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be in the same, I don't want to make the same mistake as yesterday that I did in the afternoon. And yeah, so I got stopped out here. Normally with a stop out, so if I paper trade, guys, for me it's the same. If people ask me, that's why I got really, really, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, someone asked me, okay, could you please put on a real trade so we can follow you? And I'm like, oh my God, I get so upset by that. Because for me, a paper trade is just as valid. If I put it on in the morning, it's just as valid as a normal trade. Why? The only thing is that there's no monetary value, but I feel the same. I feel the same stress, or the same. I don't want to call it stress. It's not stress, but I give it the same value, because if it's a losing trade, I journal it as well, and if it's a winning trade, I know, okay, I'm on site. My brain is working, but I journal it, and it's, for me, there's just no monetary value to it, but there is, all the other values are the same. My emotional value are attached to, but it has to be live. That's why I don't backtest anymore, because I miss the emotional value that is attached to the trade. But I have that when I paper trade on live. But the only thing is that there's no monetary. So if it's my first trade, if I get stopped out, if it's a paper trade, I just, it's just, I'm keeping myself safe from the monetary value, but all the other values are the same. I feel the same emotions. I feel I can get upset with the slow trade. I can get upset if it's a losing trade, if I did not follow my rules. I'm testing myself. Am I FOMOing in? Am I really, following my rules? Because I always need to test myself. Where is my brain today? Where is my? Because I have to protect myself also from not over trading, following my rules, and that's why I paper trade. Because it tells me where I am. Um, like, can I switch bias quickly? Sometimes you're not able to do so. Sometimes you're able. Okay, I see it. I'm wrong. Boom. I can. Um, yeah. Oh, OBS disconnecting? Okay. Oh, I got a message. OBS was disconnected. Um, for me, it's the forward testing that I feel everything with. There's only no monetary value attached to it, but I feel everything else. So for me, I can journal it the proper way. Okay, I FOMOed in. I did not follow my rules, and if I backtest for some reason, and a lot of the times I already know what happened because you already know I journal so much. Some weekly profiles, so you already okay that. So, but the forward testing, you have the not knowing what candle will print next. You don't know that, right? Um, so I don't know. It's just I think it's a personal thing. And also journaling helps your brain to see structure. And everything happens over and over and over and over again. There are varieties, but a lot of the times you see this. Okay, so I got in here, right? That was my first trade, but if I already know what I've done wrong, for example, and I can show you guys. You see here, in hindsight, it looks very like I think it was here. Um, but if you wait a little bit longer, you can see easily now it needed a little bit more range, so it went further to the downside, then it went up. And here, this was the what it wanted to have. It was still creating the range that it was needed for premium to go to discount, right? Um, yeah. So this was 224, 241. The entrance. You see how beautifully it works. But then again, it still doesn't work. It still doesn't move the way I like to move it, so it's okay. Um, think of this. Think of it this way: if you get hired by a bank to be working at the trading desk, do you think they'll let you go live before being profitable on demo? No, exactly. Yes, exactly. So you have profitable paper trading. Yeah, no, I get very upset if people are if they minimize the value of paper trading. I get pissed off because I'm like, you're not here to learn. You just so what's the difference? Why don't you want to paper trade and be that's how you know, right? That's how you know where your weaknesses are and where your strength is. So people that look down on paper trading, I get really pissed off, actually. I don't know why. It really triggers me. But that question yesterday or the day before, yeah, could you please put on a real trade so I can follow your trade? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You should one, not follow my trades at all. But secondly, if you think my paper trades, I'm just putting on a shit trade because I'm paper trading, what? If I'm YOLOing, I say it. Okay, I'm just gonna YOLO in today. I'm just gonna gamble. This is a gamble trade. I will say it. But no, my paper trades are serious. And if I'm wrong, it tells you guys, oh, Her brain is not working well today. She needs more coffee. Yeah. Yeah. And also, sometimes my paper trades are pretty awesome. I've got 50 to 80 points. And do I care? No, it's a win because I can, if I see London doing well, I know New York most of the time will also have a nice trading session. The trade will come again. It's like a bus. They always come again. I don't worry. The only thing I need to worry about is managing emotions, managing my weaknesses, managing my problems, over trading. I have to be aware of not falling into those traps. That's the only thing I need to. I don't need to worry about my models. I don't need to worry about my strategies because they're there. But I'm the only one that can ruin it by getting in by impatience and falling. Letting it be emotional weak, so I fall into the trap. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. If that is managed well, I do well. If I don't manage that well, I will fuck up. You do well. Yeah, well, hey, listen. Yeah, but it's all relative, right? Because we all have our inner demons to fight, and we all have things to work on and improve. And that's the part of trading. You need to keep improving and working on them. Um, yeah. Yesterday was a good learning lesson for me again. Um, yeah. So I guess the lesson of today, you can have all your models and you can have your statistics and everything, but it's still a lot of it comes together with the mindset as well. So trading is not only about getting your models, and it starts with knowledge, strategy, and then comes the part that if we implement it, we still need our minds and our brains to work with it. I think actually I don't think people say it's 20% just knowledge and 80% mindset. I think that's a little bit, I think that's not true because the more mechanical your trading becomes, the less emotion you can keep the emotions out because the more knowledge you have. So I don't think it's 20% just knowledge and 80% mindset. I don't believe in that. I think it's 80-20. But the 20%, once you start getting into that trap, then it becomes a problem. But I don't think it is. But the more mechanical I am and the more mechanical I trade, the less emotions I have because I trust my models, I trust my stats, I trust my, um, you know, and I look for logic behind every trade. So that takes away the emotions already. But if I'm tired, so like yesterday, if I'm tired, you already entered that 20%, right? Because that's where you. But if you already know and you keep it, okay, I'm tired today, makes me vulnerable a little bit. I'm just staying up. But if I have a normal day and I'm just fit and I can have a couple of red trades, and if I don't hit my daily loss, nothing happens at all because everything is mechanical. And you already, you are aware that you have to calculate in those sometimes a trade doesn't work. But I follow my rules, everything is there. So no trading before FOMC, at least it's yeah. Casey, thank you. We can offer an enable through. Well, I mean, you guys. It has been my pleasure to have such a community here. And also, I got an email from someone. It says, "Oh, I do SEOs and I love your streams, but you deserve more followers, and I can help you with that." And I was like, I was thinking about that. I actually have not even responded. So if you're here, this one is for you. I appreciate the reach out, but I'm actually happy where I am. It's just it is just, well, I think it's still growing fast enough for me, but it's enough. I'm not looking, I never ask for likes or things like that, or because I'm not obsessed with growing. I really appreciate the how long is it? 3/4 of a year now. And obviously, I look at the subscribers number, but I'm not interested in growing fast. I'm just like, you know what? I just enjoy how it is, the chat. I mean, it's really a group of OGs with the same people. Some people are new, but we have really a nice crowd, and that's the that's the biggest present of this whole, for me, the YouTube channel is right now. It's just that's which gives me the reward that I feel like, okay, that's what that's what it gave me, and I don't need more actually. So so I was really also like, okay, interesting. Hey, you see here, normally I would get in like if 3 a.m. is retested, I think, oh my God, I want to go. But you see it hit a 1/3 level of something. I don't know what. Oh, this is the old opening range gap, by the way, guys. It's yesterday opening range gap. Was it yesterday's? Yes, I think so. Yesterday we had a large O, and it's still respecting these levels now. So I was like, because I still have to respond. I'm like, oh well, but you know what? I actually am not interested in better SEOs, because I think the right people will find it and they'll stay, and then it will organically grow, and that's good enough for me. I have a few students that I work with, and getting them to profitability, that is my biggest goal, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction as well. And then just this, how things are going. It's just, and everything is small. Everything is like little. It's compact for me, and it all comes from this channel. But it's small, and it's just, and it feels good. It feels safe. It feels very comfortable. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously you want to grow, but it just grows very statically, very organically, and just in the way I want it. So if you're here, I will respond to the email, and I appreciate the outreach and the compliment, but I think it's good enough already. If I do not attend, it's simply because I needed the sleep. Yes, you need to have good rest and be fit for the day. But yeah, no, but KC, you're almost always there. I do know that during the stream, at some point, you say good night, because then you need to go back to bed. But I think you hardly has missed a stream for quite a while, to be honest. Yeah, but I was really, guys, I was so annoyed yesterday. I felt like I was in a really, really bad mood yesterday. I don't know if you could tell, and then if you make it, it's sort of funny, in a way. Maybe next week, it's funny if I can say, yeah, I was talking on stream for an hour without realizing, but it is not a small. If you do something like that, and you're actually, um, it's really, um, it was very, very telling that, yeah, I should not even engage in the trading environment when you do things like that. But yeah, sometimes just things happen, and life gets in the way, right? So you see how interesting it is. We're actually we bounced exactly on hold on. I think we're still bearish though. What do you guys think? I'm gonna do a poll with you guys. My market is mechanical, but execution in menu. Oh, my market analysis is mechanical, but execution. Oh, well, that's nice to say. I like that. Yeah, but the more mechanical everything becomes, and the more, if you have FOMO actually means that you don't have a model or enough structure built in. Because then that's why FOMO. If you don't have, yeah, FOMO just comes in from thinking you're going to miss something, but if you have enough structure and models you can work with, and having a model means you have a set of rules that they need to happen, and you're just ticking off things, and then you see a specific things happen. And the more acknowledged or the more advanced you get, the more advanced your models can get. Or but sometimes there are people in the chat, they see a model and I don't have that model, or I have different models, and you see different things, right? But the more, and it's already funny that at some point, even though you look at the market in a specific way, it's not your model, but you can see that same thing happen over and over, and you sort of like compartmentalize things. Like, I can see we go here, we go up, we go here, we go up. So that is sort of like we're still bearish because we keep on going. We're making small ranges. We keep going higher into the range, and we go lower again. So it tells me that it does want to go into this wick, right? At some point, it will go into the wick. But yeah, we get all little ranges. And if I probably go to the 3 or 2 minute, you can see an order block here. Let's have a look. I'll keep it on the 1 hour here. Let's see if we have 2 or 3 minute order blocks that we're respecting. Okay, yeah, Mether, for you want to get deeper into the OBs, right? This is an order block bearish. This is a retest. We went into the middle and we go lower here. Again, here. I would take the whole one just to make sure it goes. You want a retest of the full. I wouldn't. So here, if I would have already this confirmed as an order block, I would use the midpoint here. So if it doesn't get to the midpoint, I would wait here. But this definitely went into this. So this is a propulsion block. So let's see. And this looks similar. You remember yesterday where we didn't go lower? This looks like similar structure, like with time distortion. But this is like a small area. So I would like to see price tapping into this line here before taking it. I might take the paper trade. I love the algos there because yeah, you have to adapt. But yeah, if you keep studying the algos, keep studying. And you know what? Also, guys, what I noticed as well during London, that the 350 410 macro, if we have price action like this and it just moves slowly, the move might come in the next macro. Hey, Mr. Chaos, I'm holding a short from 7A1A2. Oh, well done. ES, let's see, 7182. Are you aiming for Asia low? I don't try, what I'm worried about, what I would like to see on ES is that it goes a little bit higher into this wick again. I think you're good with your stop though, with your entry. Yeah, it shouldn't go higher than your entry. But I can see it going up a little bit again into that wick. Come close to your entry point. But yeah, I like to see it. I want to see it reject here somewhere and then go lower. But let's see. I'm just. This will be my confirmation if I'm wrong or right. I need to go to the bathroom. Not really. I think you're good. I think it's just a retest. But hey, they could. Uh, so NQ, I think we're going into this wick and then go higher again. But I do think we're going to go. So so let's go back to the OBs. Hold on. So this is a bearish order block confirmed because it went into this order block. But we want to either the MT, the midpoint of this order block will be very important. If it's going to go above that, it's going to fill. So I don't think it's going to go what it could, but that will be my invalidation of but I do like to see that retested, to be honest. Now it might not even get there if it's very weak. I might miss my move because I missed my move here already, but on NQ the bearish order blocks are being respected and are actually being created, right? So let me quickly go. No, I think you're good. For me, I would market order in if I see this level retested before the 350 macro. That would be my perfect scenario. So I would take a risk here, and then either I get stopped out or not. But so if it would come back here, which it might not do because I'm talking too much and it's already retesting 3 o'clock a couple of times. But maybe we get a wick, and then I would market order in here, and then my stop goes above the order block. And then I'll take it down to, oh, it's very small. I mean, the move is already done almost. But nah, it's not even getting here. So it's very bearish. So you're good. You're good. Hold on. I need to go to the bathroom quickly. I'm a little bit cold. I'm having goosebumps. Yeah, I mean, it already went from this was already the discount it needed. It doesn't even need to go to the midpoint of the order block anymore. So here's your market structure shift. I mean, you've got your CISD here. This is actually the first, if you talk about order blocks, this is your change in the state of delivery right over here. A retest at 239. And then you have your order block here. You get retest of this order block. 303. 303. Nice time. For those who believe in time. $241. 307. 308. Here another one. 331. Okay, we're going into the wick. Let's see. Oh, I'm so cold. Good morning, G4 trading. Anyone in the short? Oh, I was doing a poll. I want to do a poll, bullish or bearish, but I mean, we already know, right? But we're not there yet. I'm going to do a poll. Bullish or bearish after 410? It's a tricky one. Bullish or bearish after 4 o'clock? A.M. East. Bullish. Bearish. Are you bullish or are you bearish? I want to do like it would have been so much easier if bullish and bearish had like different. If it's like B for bullish and the B for bearish, but that doesn't make sense. I have to write it down now. Look, on the higher time frame, I see a higher time frame breaker here. I see a bullish on the 1 hour. I see a bullish breaker. So I always use the wicks as well. But if you would only use the bodies here, well, let's go to the 30 minutes. Because then, you know, you can see there's a body closure below it. So you got a low, high, lower low. So this is a valid bullish breaker. Now look where the bullish breaker, if you just look at the bodies, well, we include the wick here. Let me just do the whole breaker, including the wick. Now I want to go to the 1 hour. I like the 1 hour a little bit better. Now where's the midpoint, guys? Okay, it's over here. So the midpoint is here, right? 144, below 0.5. So you want to keep that on your level as well. So if we start going through this whole wick, then obviously we're just gonna go dig deeper in this area, and you want to go on the lower time frame to see, okay, what PD arrays are here that are interesting. So we're still, I mean, even though it's bearish, for me, it is still, hey, Musatalaf. I hope I pronounce it, Mr. Chaos Factor, I don't agree with you there. You have probabilities and you can, if you don't know what the market does, you have all bullish, bearish PDRAs being reconfirmed that your trade is still valid. If you don't know what the market does, I think you shouldn't be trading. I know you do, but if people think that you really have no idea, and you don't have an edge, you shouldn't be trading. But you can have, it's still a probability. It still should be like an 80-20% risk, but you should have some direction or idea what the market is doing, or your levels, like, okay, this is my level there I'm interested in to take up. I mean, you took that short, so you knew it was going lower, but then your next, you should be able to think, okay, how low can it go? What is it using? Where are my PDRAs, or use, well, time is even more important, to be honest, but that's a whole different discussion. Look where the market stopped, exactly on a 1/3 level of this wick. And there are some basics that always, once you have a market structure shift, if the market, if the bullish or bearish algo is running, that's something you can always know. The only thing you sometimes don't know is when are we going to get when is the objective of that dealing range met, right? When is it done with that range, and is it going to retrace back up? That's the only variables you have to work with. I mean, you know we're bearish, but then, okay, you don't want to be caught up in a long retracement, right? But hey, listen, if you have a good trade, you just have to take partials along the way if you don't know where it's going to stop, because that's the challenging part. Okay, how long is this move going to last? Because you're on the right side of the move, it's bearish, so you did well, right? But then it's like, okay, how far can I take this move? I wouldn't have taken it further than maybe somewhere between. I would have played it safe. If I would have been in here, I would have taken it out at 25 or 1/3 level maybe already, just to be safe, because of those, there's also wicks here. I'm like, okay, maybe it just wants to go here, but because you don't know, I don't know exactly if it wants to retrace anywhere here, but I mean, I would like to see a retest of this area, 246. This will be an entry for me. Why is retesting this order block? This is now for me on the 1 hour. So, okay, if I look at this order block here, this is now an, I would mark the open price. We literally just validated this order block now with this move to the downside. So I'm going to wait for a retest now of this area. That's 245-ish. So I'm just waiting. I'm waiting patiently. And yeah, so I'm hoping we get a retest. That would be nice. If not, it doesn't look like it wants to. It doesn't need to go here, right? So if it doesn't want to go there, we're going to go low. Where are we going? Then we're going for that N wall, remember? Okay, I'm getting ready for that trade. I think it's ready to go. I think it's too heavy now. We already validated this. 351. 27198. I think it's ready to take out this. Oh, it already did it when shit. 27. It already went into it with the open price at 9 o'clock. I just caught myself. This wick already went into it. It already did the job here, so it doesn't need to go here. Okay, now this wick is has my interest here. Remember, we have a devil's mark here. This might become interesting, guys. Hold on. Now we are talking. Okay. I'm on the daily here. I don't think we're going to go higher than this level, so this can be off. You can be off. I don't need you. Okay, on the daily, you have to look at this now. We are stuck. We've got 2 wicks on both sides. Now, what does it want to do? Does it want to enter this wick, or are we going to retest this wick? I think we're going to consolidate until 4 o'clock. Let's see. Okay, we didn't if so. 4 hour. Annual year end 196. Okay, so what I would like to see, I'll go over what I like to see. I want this candle to close. So that will be a 1 hour candle. Then we have an open 4 hour candle, the 4 o'clock. I want it to spike up into this order block and then go down. So we get a wick. So somewhere, let's say we open somewhere here, then we go up into this order block, retest this area, and then I want it to go down. So that's my ideal scenario. So I don't want it to break down. I don't want this candle to break down before 4 o'clock. I want this to happen A. So this is typical AMD, what I'm waiting for. Accumulation, manipulation into this order block, and then distribution to the downside into this wick here. So that is my scenario. So I don't want it to see to now before 4 o'clock. I don't want it to go higher than this level here. That will ruin my trade setup. So this level here, no touchy before 4 o'clock. So this, I want to see AMD, AMD. So A now, M after 4 o'clock, D after 4 o'clock. Does that make sense? And then I'll have maybe my low distribution trade. Bearish 75%. Okay, 2 more minutes. Let's see where ES can we get SMT maybe on oh hello Dolly. Oh hello. You're waiting for your tuna? Are you waiting for your tuna? What time is it? 15 minutes. You see, ES is quite near Asia low. Okay, I think we'll probably get a SMT on the lows at some point. Let's see. I don't see any SMT right now. But it's okay. They both want to go down. That's fine. We'll get some SMT lower. I mean, we don't want SMT here anyway. We just want both of them to go lower. Take out Asia low. Take out Asia low, both of them. So yeah, I'm getting in. I'm waiting for my retest here, then I'll just get in. Why are you not giving me my cell? Oh, there you go. I entered with 3. It's a paper trade, but it's because it didn't show me my my trade. Yeah, I'm thinking the high is too high. I'm getting out. 3 past 3. Let me see. I might want to take these highs. Technically, my trade should be here above the high, but I can't make it match, so it will be here. Hey, 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 hey! No fighting. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, that was World War III. smiling to myself. Did you hear that? That was like a World War III starting in the room. Okay, I need to start coming down now. Now, technically, I don't like this my stop because it's a little bit too much and we've got equal highs here, so not equal highs, but I can see it take out these highs. Let me check on my. What are you doing? Okay, need some speed now to the downside. Come on, please. No, this is becoming my protected low. If I get stopped, if it goes lower than this low, I'm going to be stopped out anyway. I don't mind because then I'm wrong. Then it wants this liquidity. I want my low resistance liquidity run. Yeah, that stop loss was huge. Okay, I didn't like it because but I wanted because it was going a little bit higher than I wanted it to go. But you can see on the 1 hour, it's still staying within this thing. But I thought it might go a little bit into this wick into the midpoint of that order block, so I had to make it a little bit higher. But I didn't feel comfortable with it. And now I'm moving it straight to here, and if it stops me out, it stops me out. Because once it goes higher than this level, it wants to go for this liquidity before going lower. So we'll see. But my max is 40 points. I always feel comfortable. There's 160 ticks, right? But I always say, well, the moment I get over it, I actually I get very, I don't feel comfortable. But if I get stopped out on this, I mean, it's like, okay, you know what? Then it just wants to go for this one. But let's see if it wants to go lower now. I like it. I like what it did. So we had this one. We activated this bearish order block. We retested the bullish or the bearish order block, and I expect distribution now. I demand it from NQ. NQ is telling you, I'm not doing anything what you want. NQ is telling me this. Okay, you demand it. You know what? I'm just going to show you who's the boss here. Yes, NQ, I know you're the boss. You're always the boss. So I want this 4-hour candle distributing now. I want this distributions. Yeah, because Asia low is quite low. We got daily open below us. I've got that daily wick. I've got this and the 4-hour end dog that still needs some little kissy. I've got many confluences now. That's why I'm sort of like, okay, time is lining up. Things are lining up, but it could still manipulate and hang out here and not do anything, which is all possible. It could go back up and it could still retest this order block, the midpoint. So that means it can go back into this and take out this liquidity here, right? Because it could still go, but I think it will distribute lower. Let's see. I'm totally fine being stopped out on this trade. Why? I followed all my rules. I've waited. It was a retest of a bearish order block. I have bearish confirmation. Now there is a probability that it might just, it might stop here. How can you know that it's not, it can manipulate and just create another equal low and then go back and get this liquidity? All possible. Then I'm just, okay, stop me out. I'll wait for the next move. Asia lows here, daily open is here. Sometimes it doesn't do it, but the time, I like the time. But it's FOMC day to day. So it's a paper trade, guys. So there's no monetary value. The only thing that I do when I get stopped out, I journal it. I journal the time. What happened when? Oh, I need to go low. It did not run. FOMC, manipulation, everything lined up, but it didn't do it. Okay, shit happens. So my TP might be a little bit too low. That might be something that might be they might want to wait for this for FOMC or maybe just go manipulate back and forth, right? Because remember, we also have a wick here. Hey, the tape is not, you cannot trust the tape. The tape is all fake. Oh, hello, darling Gigi. Why are you so nasty to your sister? Mm, I think we could see it up to 193-ish, 27, 190-ish, 193. Yeah, so that is that is Asia low. This might be a little bit too low for me. I might have to adjust this. I'm just gonna put it here. I don't want to take, I don't think we might just sweep it. Did ES already take it or not? Oh, also not. Look, oh, they're so nasty. They're just creating equals here. Triple. Mm. Now, if it doesn't want to break down, we have the daily wick, right? So Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still slow though, but everything is still hanging. I mean, we still have everything is still bearish. Now the no 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 GG. It could go back up here, premium, before it wants to take out the rest. But we'll see. I mean, it's okay. I didn't move my stop because we didn't have really, I don't consider this real distribution. Oh, you poo poo. Now, who thought it was a long here? It was a bit tricky, right? With all these equals. I think a lot of people were like, oh, no, no, it's a long, it's a long. Now, it's going to be a nice long. Hey, Zara Trader. Today was a nice morning. AM present, some clean setup on gold, and Q was mixed. Yes. After Asia taken always tricky. What time did I post S&T on the 15 minutes? I have no idea. Okay, so normally I would not leave it my trade in if I'm on a trade if it goes back because it could leave these levels for later on, right? Because it's FOMC, and we do have that higher wick. So, where is that 4 hour? Let's use this wick again. Let's see. Let's see. Four pound. Remember what I said yesterday? When you have Asia high with a daily open before it, you always want to be aware. You want to put your profit above it, not below it. But let's see. On the one, wasn't it there? There was an ES. It was an equal, right? They created equal here. Oh shit! ES took out. Of course, it's going up. I didn't see that. Um, ES took out Asia low, and MNQ. I didn't see that. My bad. My bad, guys. Of course, it goes up. ES took out Asia. Did someone say it? Oh, Mr. K, was that what you meant with after Asia taken? Yeah, yeah. I didn't see that. My bad, my bad. Yeah, so I should have seen when Asia's taken and you get a markup, but it could still go down when ES wants to continue. But because we got so much liquidity here, it's gonna go grab this liquidity here. I have to journal. I missed Asia low taken. That's a big mistake on my end. And especially when you have daily open and levels, that was the obviously it's going to move up right over here. Asia low taken. And this is your SMT. Well, it's not even, there is no SMT at the moment. Well, there is SMT, but this is already enough. Taken Asia low, one takes it out. Now it will go back into this wick, but Asia low taken. What time exactly? I want to see the time. 4:16. Yeah, the moment Asia low is taken and you see something like this, you know you want to be out. But on the other hand, let's see. Um, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is the valid SMT, the formed at 4:15. So this trade will doesn't interest me anymore. I think it wants to go for this liquidity now. Breaker. Let's see. 2171. Let's see, once you go up here. I'm still not sure about how high it wants to go because it's still bearish. But let's see if it wants to disrespect the midpoint. Here, 272. Got a gap here. 416, Asia low. How many ticks? So what I'm going to do lately, even though, because sometimes you don't look at it, I'm going to, if I see daily open or I'm just going to put it, how many points is this above? Always put it above the first one a little bit. 197, 198, 197. And let's say 2 points. If I see daily open, I'm just going to put it 1 point above it or 1 or 2 points. Because in case it happens, it always happens just above, right? Sometimes it's 8 points though. But then I think Asia low on ES is not so close. But Asia low, I mean, listen, this is, you can't get better SMT than this. But the question is, does it want to go through this wick? I wonder if they are done. Mm. Mm-hmm. Damn, are you really going to take out Asia low and then go for this trend line liquidity? Could be. So this is tricky, guys. Look how many points we're creating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are we going to take it out now? Or are we going to go back for Asia low? We're still respecting bearish PD rays. I We are still respecting all the bearish PD rays. So it's just in creating beautiful. Is this a breaker? Let me see in 30 seconds. Look, the moment we start going below this level, we are going lower, definitely, because we got this daily wick here. So the question is, what does it want to do? Because it looks really weak to me now again. It doesn't want to take this liquidity. Are they going to invalidate that 416 SMT? I guess so. Let's see. I think this is an area of being to have to be cautious a little bit because there's so many things. I can frame it both ways. I can see it take out this liquidity, and I can see it also going for Asia lows again. Um, it didn't even reject in 197. Yeah. So this is hard, right? When you have a trade, you want to sit all the way through here with the risk that it's going to go higher and take out these levels here. I mean, it's challenging. But I think we're going to go, I think we're going to distribute lower, to be honest. I think I'm still, it's just hard to hold the trade. I mean, it's really hard to sit through the trade going all the way up here. I could see a bullish breaker here, here. But hey, I see daily, I see 121 might be interesting as well. I see how it's printing as well, all these gaps that it's leaving behind. I wouldn't feel comfortable in a short now as well with this leaving behind. Um, I wouldn't feel comfortable getting back in a short when we are above 3 or 4 o'clock. So it's really hard now. So if it would take out this liquidity, would I re-enter a short? I don't know. But we're still respecting the bearish PDRAs so far. It still looks bearish. I mean, we still retested this order block and we're still going down. We just held up in this wick. And I think we're still going lower, to be honest. The daily, the 4 hour. Asia low has been taken on ES. I don't think NQ is the weak sister, the sick sister, so I think it might follow. Yeah, so ES, yeah, so ES is going to continue as well. Yeah, they're just going to both go lower, I guess. Oh, are they decoupled? Two. 4:16, 4:31. What time are we now? 4:41. 4:40. Oh, I do think this was a very significant SMT, so I would think it would take at least 4:16. If it doesn't want to go lower, we have to wait maybe to the macro at least. Maybe even an hour. You got all these gaps here. We got the midpoint. Yeah, I think it might still want to take it, but didn't even go to the open price here. Should be a body. Did we reject here? Rejection. Rejection. Hmm. Oh, it's so cold. Why is it so cold? I need a vest. Oh. Oof. I'm so cold, guys. It's freezing. I'm gonna eat candy when it's freezing. I haven't, but they could just leave these lows for later on. It's perfect for FOMC, right? It was 416 that we got the SMT. Let's wait till the next macro. Let's see. So we've got two very interesting things. We've got trend line liquidity and equal lows. Remember, we have a similar scenario on, I think it was Monday. They had midnight, and we just didn't go. Let me go back. I'm going to show you. I'll do it on the 5 minute. Hold on. Was it Monday, I think? Monday, London time. Hold on. Monday. I think it was similar. No, it's a little bit different. We never, and midnight was here. 3, 4. We went close about 8 o'clock. Was it yesterday? Hold on. Where are we now? Monday? No. Never mind. Equal lows are always a risk, yeah. But the question always is, when are they going to go for them, right? I mean, if they create them, a lot of the times don't go for them straight away. Um, so you see this here, we opened and then we wicked into this. So technically, we are rejecting in this wick, right? On NQ. Um, so I'm just thinking, like say we still respect that bearish order block. We could still all the way go up here, just above 3 o'clock, and then go back lower again. Let's see. I'm just interested to see what they're doing. Or are we going to turn bullish, and then with FOMC we turn bearish again? Mm. Hello. Oh, we're in the macro, by the way. It's 4:52. Oh, so George, okay, I'm reading your question now. Equal lows could be a risk for a short move. Well, equal lows or equal highs are actually a draw because there's stops resting below them. So actually, it would be actually, I wouldn't feel comfortable longing if I would have equal lows below me. I would rather see them being taken out before I take a long. So it's sort of like a little bit challenging here because I've got trend line liquidity, which is also a draw. So are we going to go into that, or are we going to take out those, I would say, relatively equal lows? But I don't think they're relatively equal. Like, and Q, well, yeah, and Q we can call relatively equal. But we still have to take into account that SMT, right? I mean, an Asia low with an SMT. It's sort of like, okay, you just have to submit to time again and see what price wants to do. Now, like I said, if we are still respecting this order block, we could go all the way in the, for me, it will be fine if it goes to 272 and then go back down. So it will take some of this liquidity and then go back down. But if it starts going higher, then the bearishness is out for now. And then we are going to continue higher on NQ, right? Because, I mean, in all honesty, we are on the bearish, we are on the bullish, we are on a retracement. Could go a little bit higher, but I can also see it being the max of the, if it's just a retracement, maybe it's enough. But I don't know, it could just start going, leave that for later, finalize the market maker model, because we've got equal highs here. We never tapped into this midnight here. We could also start going higher again. And on the 1 hour, like I said, I could see this as a bullish breaker. So maybe this was just the retest it needed, right? Look. If I would only even use the open price of the breaker, we tapped into the breaker here in the open, and that could be enough. It could just say, okay, this is all I need. I don't need to go to daily open. I don't need to go to Asia low on NQ. I retested the bullish breaker. I'm going back up again. Bye. But there's not a 4-hour breaker. It's only so. Oh, I thought I was done. I still have 3 more in them. When I get cold, I feel like eating, snacking, actually bad things. Look, for me, in order to be bullish, I would rather like to see something significant happen, like a really strong draw into either a daily open, into a high time frame PDA, but it did not really happen here. Yes, we stopped, we had SMT, so yeah, you get a reaction, but can this make me really bullish? Let me just check the 15-minute here. Did we go into something? Did I miss anything? Well, we went into a fair value gap, 15 minutes, so technically could be enough. Body stayed above the midpoint. Did we retest something else of any significance? Oh, I missed this one here. Bullish order block. So while this took out Asia low was taken, we were in a bullish fair value gap. We have a bullish order block here, also holding up. But damn, it's hard just above Asia here. I mean, but then again, we also have a wick here. We are also not going higher than 50% of the wick. The wick is holding us down. You see here, we just tapped into 0.5. And we can't go higher. So it's stuck between these levels. Which one of the two is going to fall first? One, two, three. So this is now also going lower, lower, lower. 1 minute. Yeah, I would say we're gonna go lower first. That's my. I mean, I'm not gonna anticipate, but hey, how are you doing? I kind of want to put in a gamble. Hey, I actually want to gamble short. Shall we do a gamble both? And just paper trade one to each side, and then see which one is gonna. Let's do it! Yay! Okay, it's 5 o'clock. Okay, let me wait till 5:03. Then I'll do. Then I'll have my. I'll gamble. Okay, gamble. Gamble short. Just a YOLO. Paper trade, guys. Paper trade. Mr. Chaos is going long. I'm going short. But it's a gamble. YOLO. Gamble YOLO. We can do once a week. Okay? Because we don't want to get bad habits. We can do it once a week only. We can do it together, but once a week, guys. Okay, my stop loss is going to be about 50% of this. Just a gamble. Gamble. Because I can see short, but I think a little bit more long than short, but I can see both ways. But it's just a matter of time. It's just what the algo is going to do both. It will be a very fast stop out from me if it's wrong. It's a gamble. Okay, we need to stay below 4 o'clock now. I don't want it to go over 4 o'clock back, because then I know I might be wrong. This still looks bearish to me. We're in a macro, so that means that we need some distribution now until 5:10. Let's see. Well, no, very fast. Or not, maybe he's just going to consolidate it, by the way. So we're not going to wait the whole day, okay? So I'm more looking at like, okay, does this wick want to go back up all the way or does it want to continue and maybe, it's so weird. I mean, I'm looking at the 4 hour. Um, you know, what would like to see on this 4 hour is that it just taps into the end dog. It just needs to tap. Like, I'll show you guys what I mean. You see, I just want this, that either it rejects here, it's a real rejection, a 4 hour rejection, or just a tab, so that means it just needs to touch the end dog. But we still have an hour to go. And again, we have a large wick on the hourly. Don't you go up. Oh no. Don't, no bodies above 4 o'clock, please. You see how why it's a gamble, guys. You got well. You always have like equal highs and equal lows on both sides. Normally, what you want to do, you wait until one gets taken out, and then you attack the other side. So, guys, we are Chaos and I were just gambling. Okay, he gambles a long, I gamble the short. So actually, it's better if you lose, right? Because if you lose, you don't get used to. Again, it just reconfirms the idea that okay, if you gamble, you always lose, right? I always lose when I gamble. By the way, I never. I thought okay, when 50-50, when you gamble, it's you say 50. When I just go in like blind, I say okay, I'm just gonna go long and short or short whatever, and then it's 50% chance, right? Well, I never have a winning trade when I do that. I always have a losing trade when I do that. But now I have some. I mean, I do have some logic for it, but then again, it's still a gamble. I do see a market maker model, but I also see original consolidation here. So that's side by side. Could reject here and then go short. See, when you have SMT at a specific time, a lot of the times you have to wait at least an hour. If you talk about 15-minute SMT, it needs like 45 minutes to an hour sometimes before you cannot disrespect it for like a at least half an hour. Okay, 8 pass, 9 pass, stop now. Okay, just take a little bit of liquidity, just a little bit to 0.5. Okay, so why did I put my stop just above this line? Because I am gambling that it doesn't go higher than the 50%, or maybe just a wick over it. That's all. If it does go more, then I am out. But I'm gambling it doesn't go over the 50% level, or just a tick to take out these liquidity. So then, Mr. Chaos, I think if you, what is your, if it goes over, it's still a loss for you then, right? If it goes lower from here or not. So my gamble is it doesn't go higher than 50%, 0.5. So it's the end of the macro now. Come on, give it a little wick and a kiss. Bye, bye, go lower now. So this is what I'm gambling for, that it doesn't go higher. If it goes higher now, I'm out. I will be stopped out. Yes, okay, I've stopped out. Okay, congratulations, Mr. Chaos, you won. I am taken out. Now, and this is annoying if it does this. But it makes sense again. If I'm looking at it in hindsight, it might reject in this. This might be a rejection block. It takes liquidity, it rejects, and then goes lower. Or does it go maybe for 3 o'clock as well? I don't know. We'll see. What's your TP, by the way? Oh, I'm actually happy that I lost a gamble. Okay, who wants to? Okay, now this doesn't work anymore. We have a new 0.5 here. Okay, so I guess it's going for all this liquidity. 3 o'clock, maybe I don't know. $185 TP NES. Let's have a look. 185. Uh-huh. 185 in ES. You mean 285? Are you going for midnight? Oh no, sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, 185. So you're going above midnight. Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh. Guys, I need to go to the beach to warm up because it's actually a nice. It's a spring day. It's really nice. I think it's really nice weather, but in the house it's so cold. Um, yeah. So I would take this wick into account a little bit to see if there's equal highs though here, but because it's FOMC day today. Oh, look here on ES. Oh, look what ES did. ES went to the midpoint. So let's see what the midpoint is here. 177. Mm, So you can never actually disrespect the SMT, right? SMT like this, not every SMT, but that SMT. 416. Just to be clear, I don't have, no, it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble. So with gamble, we don't have real money in it. With gamble, we gamble our trade. Now, when we say gamble, let's be clear for everyone. I don't expect you to put money on it. I mean, I'm actually sort of like expecting you not to. Um, I would be a little bit shocked if you would have done. I mean, if you're no, but listen, if you are have all confirmation for the trade, you know, you take it, whatever. I mean, then it's not a gamble. But if you say gamble, it's like, okay, you know what? I can see it both ways. I don't trust the market because of FOMC, and I'm just going to gamble it because I just want to. I feel itch. I want to be in a trade. Yeah, that's what when we gamble. We put on a paper trade sometimes, but we are clear to ourselves when we gamble on a paper trade or not, because the value of a paper trade is still a big one. I don't want to minimize the value of a paper trade, but the paper trade is also there to help us soothe that itch sometimes. If you want to, I feel like I'm taking a trade, it's there as well. So it has a double. So we love the paper trade. It helps us fight the FOMO and just wanting to be in a trade. But it also, I mean, for me, it's just as serious because I journal it and I learn from it. And I am very happy that most of my losing trades are more. I have more losing trades on paper than I have on my accounts. But because I use this, for me, it really works. Like paper trading my first few trades in London, because it tells me so. It's like you know when you start doing something, you need to warm up. Like yeah, when you play tennis, you like to warm up a little bit, right? And I think it's the same with trading. I need like to warm up a little bit. I need to get into the charts and put on a trade and also as a streamer. I mean, people don't realize it, but I think, or maybe even for non-streamers, if you're an analyst and you execute, but both are actually two different things. You can execute really well, or let's say your analysis can be spot on, but your still execution is shit. So you still have like a bad trade, but your analysis is spot on. But for some reason, you're not focused enough. So your execution is bad. So there are also two different things you have to take into account. That is also something that I came to realize at some point. Like, oh my God, there's two different things actually. I can be, good in analysis one day, but still have bad day, but because I just don't execute properly or I'm late and. So, but yeah, the value of a paper trade is a high one, guys. And do not ever come on stream and minimize my paper trade. I'm gonna bite your head off. Yeah. No, listen. If I say it's a gamble, my paper trade doesn't have a lot of. It doesn't have the value that I give it normally. But hey, if I put a paper trade in the morning, guys, we have to respect. We have to respect the pay. I'm gonna put that here. Respect the paper trade. It's our God. We're gonna make it like a maybe a prof. We have to give the paper. We have to make the paper trade. So we have to give it a special. I have to think about it, but it's just not. It's not just a paper trade. People. Well, I guess we're going for the liquidity. 418, 518. Pardon me. Okay, let's see. Um. Okay, let's see if the midpoint of the. Okay, so I was looking at the 1 hour OB, right? Let's see if any of these things match up with that wick. I didn't even look at that. Um, oh, look at that, guys. Okay, shall I make a prediction that NQ is going up to 273? Okay, so on NQ on the 1 hour, we have a bullish breaker. We tapped into it, and we are now going into the bearish OB. $273. What do we have here? Okay, let's see if we can reach 273. $273. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. So the midpoint, it could also just not go, stay at maybe 270. Let's see if it wants to make one more leg higher and take out this liquidity here. There's also a little gap here at 271. Oh no, at 273. Oh, what a coincidence. Look at that. Oh, this little gap at 273. Oh, what a coincidence. And it created equal highs here, so let's take it. Come on, go. Or are you going to leave it again for later on? 521. Oak at 450. Oak, are you Dutch? Reddit D54, are you Dutch? 450, 510 macro, there's a FUD for buy side. Yeah, it went into the one on the 15-minute, right? I saw it. I saw it. Oh, look. Oh, you know, because in Dutch, oak means also. Like, oh, okay, it's like in Dutch also. So I thought he was saying also at 450 to 510 macro, there's a FUG for buy side. Hello, Manolo. How are you doing? Okay, guys, there's nothing. I'm just looking at the OB, the midpoint. There is a gap here at 270. Plus, it matches the wick here, a 1/3 level on the wick. So that's why I'm saying 273. It's nothing magic. No magic. But we also could be done. 273 and leave again another equal low, equal high, right? Because that's what it's doing all the time, creating equal lows, equal highs, and leaving it for later on to be attacked, I guess. So now we also have equal lows on the 15, just below 4 o'clock. We've got relatively equal lows at below, above Asia low on NQ, while ES has taken it out. So midnight has been, we obviously went, we were hanging out midnight until 2:30ish, but we still have not tested midnight from, I believe, was it Monday? Yeah, I think Monday, when the market opened, yeah. Sunday to Monday, that midnight has still not, and we have equal highs above that as well. So I'm wondering if today, FOMC is going to take out, we have a Tuesday low. We created a low yesterday. So we've been going up. So I thought we might get a little bit more retracement today in London, but we did not. We, I, I don't think NQ is a sick sister today, though. To be honest, do you guys think it's a sick? I think it's just SMT taking its time. Um, yeah, this is a tough one now. I've got a bullish breaker on the 1 hour and a bearish OB. Manolo, I'm fine. What do you think my name is? It shouldn't be really. Take a wild guess. Oh god, we're back in Wick City, guys. Okay, now where are you from? That can be more challenging, yes. Well, I'm in South Africa, but I'm from Europe, from the Netherlands. But I am living here now. This is my home. Um, yes. You see how tricky it is? It goes into a wick and it doesn't even touch a 1/4 level. And if I show you this wick here, it's doing the same. You see, it's just hanging just above these levels all the time now. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've gotten to the stage that I need glasses for my for nearby. I don't need them for driving or anything else, but it started this year, to be honest. It's I never had any issues with my eyes, never ever. Okay, so this is important. You know, this bearish PDRA, if it's bearish, it won't go higher than midpoint, but we also have a bullish breaker on the 1 hour, but not on the 4 hours. So I'm sort of wondering. So every retracement is a full market maker model on a lower time frame, right? So here you have sell side on the 4 hour, buy side is the retracement. You see that? So on the 4 hour, I still consider this just a retracement, if that makes sense. So on the 4 hour, I just see we went into a bearish fair value gap, and I'm still expecting a little bit lower. But then again, yeah. Yeah, I have been to Greece actually. Yes. Very beautiful. Tread carefully, Manolo, because this is a channel that is about trading. So be aware of that. So most of us said it's bullish after 4 o'clock. Mm, oh, sorry, bearish. Bullish, bearish, both ways actually, but I think after 4 o'clock it has been more bullish than bearish, right? Because we have the S&T at 415, 416 technically. We're just stuck now between these two levels. Um, I'll give it one more macro, or maybe not. Maybe I think I want to go to the beach. I need to warm up. It's so cold. One hour. $272. Um, I warned him. I said, tread carefully. He didn't listen. I said, tread carefully. I've been very nice today. No, I deleted. I said, I warned him. I said, tread carefully. This is a trading channel. And I just thought, you know what? It can be maybe, you know. And I'm like, oh no, not gonna work. This relationship is not gonna work. I warned him very nicely. And you know, he offered me meat. Well, I'm a pescatarian. Big mistake. I mean, he made a big mistake there. You should always ask first, right? Before offering someone gyros. I used to like it though. It was very nice, but I mean, Greece has a lot of nice fish dishes too, so it would have been totally different if he would offered me some fish. But no, he didn't take the time to get to know me, you know. So that's how it goes nowadays. You make one bad move and you're out. Not before. Ah. Ah. Oh my god. It should have been fish. It should have, you know. Oh yeah, what? Yeah, it sounds like prop firm trading. One bet. No, it's just like yeah, you just yeah, something like that. Yeah. You know what? They get so frustrated when you do that. They make a new a new account and they come back. Most of the times they come back with a new name and they have to. They'll show themselves again. It's so crazy these trolls. I mean, I don't think they even trade at all. I think trolls, if they come out, they don't really trade. I don't think they're traders. I think they're really people that are so bored and probably I think they're very young, frustrated most likely. They're just scanning the just live sessions and they just go on and they just do these things. I think there's nothing. I think they really have no. I think they're just really random, just randomly going through YouTube where they can find some live sessions going on and going into chats. I think that's really a. I think it's a job nowadays. What do you do for a living? Yeah, I'm a troll. Wow, whoa, whoa. How many times do you troll? How many hours per? Yeah, no, it's a full-time job. I'm troll. I'm a troll. Okay, well, yeah, I made a video on trolls. Hey, jealousy. Never suffer 77. You're not a troll, right? You're not the meat guy from Greece. Never suffer just came on and he has no idea what I'm talking about. What the hell is he talking about? I'm just checking, but yeah, trolls are they're yeah. I mean, I used to make a joke about it. I said, oh my God, we've got a low IQ person alert. But I have to be careful with that because if they're really low IQ, you don't want to. No, I'm sorry, no, no, never. Sorry. We just had a troll, and you know what they normally a lot of the times what they do, they make a new account and they come on with a different name. So, but they, I'm not a troll. I'm a designer. I'm so sorry. No, okay, no, it's all good. I'm sorry. No, and probably you would have continued the conversation and would be very angry and aggressive already. Yes. What do you design? What are you a designer in? We're just having some fun with the trolls. Uh, hey, it's just Haney. How are you doing? Long time no see. How have you been doing? Yes, today we had a long discussion on, I guess it was psychology more, like, okay, yeah, taking the concept of time, like, obviously, time is a big element in our trading journey in the sense of having to study and learning things. Unless you're really young, then things go faster, right? But, graphic design, I have a clothing print company. Oh, no, hey, never suffer. Listen, I want to have a t-shirt which says I love big wigs because well, you can see it on my chart here. I love big wigs. I'm still going to print a t-shirt. I've said that many times, by the way. Um, but I'm looking, the problem in South Africa is I've been looking on the internet. I want a t-shirt with a V-shaped neck and then I want the a specific text on it. But I'm really going to print I want to have a print with a t-shirt with I love big wigs. So, yeah, but that's telling for the people that are interpreted. Only people know that know. And I guess I know it can be interpreted the wrong way, but I guess that's the fun of it. Only traders will know. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know who was here. That there was this also a troll, and he said a word, and I kept repeating it because I was like, what does he mean with it? And I was like, is it maybe that? And I had no idea what it meant. I didn't know who was here. You guys were laughing about it as well, but I was saying it, and the moment I was saying it, I was like, oh my god. Uh, but yeah. But you know what? If I make if it's like it has to be graphic with a chart and wicks on it, right? Not seek and destroy, but just really like the wicks. And then I guess, hey, listen, guys, wicks are for me just so. I think I like wicks even more than just the liquidity to be because in the wicks, like wicks are gaps, right? And in the gaps is a lot of information, but just marking out those wicks already and looking in those wicks where you can find there has helped me so much. So, hey, and it's literally a model, guys. If one goes to 50%, there's a big chance the other one goes to 50% too. I shared that model last. Yeah. I know it can be interpreted the wrong way. I know. I'm aware. I'm aware. That's, I guess. But, people will say, ah, bodies tell the story, wigs do the damage. But it's only in one specific context that is actually true. But I think people sort of got to think that wigs are a bad thing because of the how it's being brought by, oh, wigs do the damage and bodies tell the story. But for me, it's actually the other way around. For me, the story or the most information lies in the wigs. Now, obviously, when you're looking at something, you don't want to have bodies going over a specific level. That's how you interpret it. But it doesn't mean. I know someone who said, "Yeah, I took wicks totally out of my training. I only look at bodies because bodies tell the story." Okay. I would be blind if I don't have wicks. Wicks are that manipulation. I trade manipulation. If I go into a AMD trade, I need my manipulation wick to enter my trade to get the distribution. That's a wick is a manipulation. So I don't know, and I get it when people say, yeah, wick do the damage. I understand the context, but it's just one context. And for me, the game changer was actually trading, implementing gap gap theory, I would say, and also the grading of it. It was really the game changer for me. But hey, yeah, listen. Um, I don't like seek and destroy wicks. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like wicks if they present themselves once, but I don't like it when we have on both sides. But on the other hand, it tells you already, what we're going to do. We're going to go back and forth, right? So it does tell you something. You can expect chop. So it sort of like helps in a way also. But yeah, it's a double entendre. Entendre. Yeah, it's a beautiful word. I never actually heard about that word. It's French. Entendre. I think I understand the context when you. I'm going to Google that word and I see if I pronounced it completely wrong. Is it obviously it's French. Yeah, entendre. To hear, receiving sounds by ear. It also commonly means to understand or to intend. It's a passive act of hearing, unlike écouter. Yeah. Entendre. Isn't it? I think it's. Isn't it spelled differently? Entendre. Scalping right now by Devo Bond. I'm not interested in, I'm only interested if it hits 0.5. I would trade it to zero point 0.5 here. Um, I'm not interested in this area, to be honest. I can see it go up and I can see it go down because we still have Asia low below us. We've got midnight above us, but also liquidity above us. Let me put it this way. It's very simple. We've got wicks on both sides on the 1 hour. I cannot say it's simpler. And both sides have not really hit a point of interest for me. So I guess, are you leaving, Mr. Chaos? Yeah, I think I'm also going to the beach. It's such a beautiful day and I'm just freezing here. It's like, I do have a heater on, but it's too, it's not, I mean, I don't want to put the heater on at daytime. How many degrees is it today? It's a nice day, but it's 21 degrees. So technically, in the shadow, it's cool because our homes are colder, right? Are built to stay cool. So it's like 16 degrees inside. And outside it's nice and sunny, 21 degrees. So that's nice. Okay, I'll go outside, sit on the beach. Okay, that's it. I think I'll do a stream. I'm gonna do a FOMC stream. So I think I'm gonna leave it here, guys, because it's just gonna be wiki. We could go back and forth now. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to do that because it might be the relief that we're looking for right now. Again, on the 4 hour, I can see just a retracement to go lower, right? Look here. We don't have really structure for bullish structure, so we're bearish. We retrace, which is always a lower time frame full market maker model, right? Every higher time frame retracement is a full market maker model on the lower time frame. So we're sort of like fine or are still busy with that. But I don't see bullish structure. But on the other hand, if we go on the higher time frame, you might be even, oh no, we're all-time highs. So um yeah, we could go higher again and make a new high, obviously, because we got equal highs above us. We never took out midnight last Monday, right? Remember that as well. So, but I think we should go in here maybe before going higher again. So I wonder if it's enough. We'll see. Yeah, Mether, I think I'm gonna make I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna make a stream straight away before I go to the beach. And then I'm gonna leave it here, guys, because it's just, I don't want to watch this. I want to do some other things and enjoy life a little bit before I get depressed from this price action. Scalping right now by, okay, Odivo bond is scalping. Yeah, I'm staying, I'm just gonna wait. I just hope we get better price action after FOMC. What, guys, if I can give you a tip, if you journal, go back to FOMC days and look at what FOMC did and how it's I call it a three-stage distribution. So you have a fake move, then you have another fake move. So you have like before 2 o'clock, you have like, and then mostly after 2:30 and sometimes after 3 o'clock the real move comes. But you should study it because it's very interesting. You see the same thing happen over again, and there are variables, but I would definitely study old FOMC days so you can sort of like see what happened and also the build up to FOMC. Because a lot of the time the delivery is just literally the same. You'll start recognizing how the manipulation, what they do for manipulation, and how the day went. So I'm definitely going to do that myself as well. I always do that before FOMC. I always look at older days and old journals with things I wrote down. It used to be for me very easy to trade FOMC because I just, studied it a lot. But I must say, was it last month or the month before? Like, okay, it was a little bit. I can't remember if it was PPI or FOMC. I don't know. I have to go back. But yeah, definitely, if you want to trade it, just study. Go back in time and study it every month on that day and before 2 p.m. and after 2 p.m. what it did, and see if you can find a structure that's similar to this one. And what did it do, right? So yeah, it will help. Everything repeats itself over and over. It's just cycles, and I do think we're going to get a nice move with FOMC because they have been sort of like being very lethargic for 2 days and keeping us in a small range, right? We went down, we have a Tuesday low. We're retracing into the area we created for Monday. So either we're going to go really high or we're going to blast through all these PD arrays. But let's see. I mean, okay, guys, I'll see you later. And if not, those that I don't see today, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I wish you a pleasant day. Enjoy and stay safe. And I'll catch you soon again. Ciao, ciao.